Hey, welcome back to Perfectly Unhinged. Modern women keep raising the bar for men, while expecting men to just trip over theirs lying flat on the ground. Trigger warning. These videos are to demonstrate the double standards, biases, and stereotyping in today's society. None of this is personally directed at any of the individuals featured. This is strictly for entertainment purposes and an attempt at getting people to think again.
I'm being dead serious. I'm not even trying to be an asshole at all right now by saying this. I personally have never come across a drop-dead gorgeous man. Like someone who you're just like, oh, damn, he is fine. That doesn't open their mouth and talk and immediately I get the ick.
I think women today don't understand the concept of settling. When you settle for someone, it's when a man does not meet or a woman does not meet your standards. Standards are minimal requirements. Like on a job, it is the minimum requirements in order to get the job. We've confused the concept of standards and preferences. So only dating men that are 6 feet and higher is not a standard, it's a preference. You don't need a 6-foot man. Or if you're dating a redhead and you prefer a blonde, blondes are preferences, not a standard. You prefer a millionaire and the guy makes 6 figures, being with a millionaire may be your preference. Again, not a standard. So when women say, oh, I had to settle with an average guy, what's wrong with that? What is average anyway anymore? Are we defining average because he doesn't have a huge following on social media? Or he doesn't drive a Lamborghini truck? Our warped understanding of what standards are is what's keeping us single. There are great men out here. You just overlooking them.
I agree. They don't know what the word standard means anymore. They toss it around like confetti and then rewrite the definition on the fly. For them, standards basically means a man fully loaded with every possible upgrade. Like forget the base model. No, they're talking Rolls-Royce edition. Now, quick lesson, especially for those ladies who don't know much about cars. A base model comes with standard equipment. That's your basic needs met. If you want extras, heated seats, panoramic roof, the massage chair, you pay more for the upgraded model. But these women, they're calling that level standard. And trust me, I see this every day in the automotive finance industry. Customers come in with a low credit score, no cash down, and experience a reality check. They qualify for a baseline Volkswagen. But then they lock eyes on that shiny Audi in the showroom, and suddenly it's not about what they qualify for, it's about what they feel they deserve. Spoiler, banks don't care about your feelings. So they get declined, and instead of facing facts, it's everyone else's fault. Same energy as women screaming, I deserve a Bentley. No, you don't, and you don't deserve a 1% man either. Both require qualifications. If you really want that top-line Audi or that high-value man, you better come with a big down payment, some long-term stability, and here's a crazy thought, have actual character. Otherwise, well, there's always going to be a used car lot down the road.
Whenever men tell women that their standards are too high and that you're delusional, when I heard it back in the day, I used to be like, y'all are just some haters. Y'all are pathetic and y'all be on some hating shit. Like, women, don't lower your standards. Girl, do not lower your standards. These men are pathetic. They're just being some haters. Initially, that was my thought. But now I honestly unfortunately, I have to agree with the men. Women are delusional and our standards are too high.
What is the 666 rule?
6 foot tall.
Makes 6 figures.
Yes.
6 inches.
If you're a single woman and you're trying to date, you are looking for probably these qualities in a man.
In the U.S., 14.5% of all men are 6 feet or over.
Damn.
Shit. So good luck.
Tough there already. Tough. Just on the height alone, that's tough. 17% of American men make over $100,000. Okay, at 6 inches, you're in the top 15th percentile.
Damn.
So you're looking for somebody who's in the top 15% of dick size, top 17% of annual salary, and top 14% of height.
Why do I feel like those are so low? Because I feel like there's so many out there.
No, dude.
You don't think?
No.
Does the perfect man exist? I don't know yet. I have a man right now that spoils me, but I don't want to date him.
Why not?
He's 5'6". I don't even want to touch him, so...
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's just buying me like Cartier, and I'm like, thank you.
How much does a man have to make to date you?
How much does you have to what?
Make to date you.
How much he has to make? I mean, first of all, he gotta be rich as fuck like Elon Musk.
Let's say I wanted to take you out in Miami. Okay. How much do you expect me to spend on you?
Shit, on an ideal dinner, probably like $300, $350.
What do I get in return?
Company, a good laugh, time with me. I don't know.
Y'all need to stop letting women on social media make y'all feel inadequate because you're not 6 foot tall or make 6 figures or 6 inches, 6'6". I'm not going to get into the spiritual aspect of those numbers, but y'all got to understand that all of these requirements that women have for like the men that they're going to entertain, it's all a smokescreen. We've all seen a beautiful woman with a man and you look at the guy and you're like, how is he with her? We can agree that we've all experienced that. A lot of you guys will see a woman who you perceive as a 9 or a 10, and just based on how she presents herself in that moment or how she presents herself on social media, and you know what I mean, like the nurse who was in Dubai last month, but this month she in Miami, and next month she at Turks. Y'all will see these women and think, oh, she must be dealing with this tier of man and I'm not there yet. Therefore, I can't approach this woman, or therefore I can't shoot my shot. Bro, it's the complete opposite. Because, bro, if you've ever really dealt with a woman like that who is perceived as a 9 or a 10, and you've seen her life behind the scenes, a lot of the time it is pure chaos. It's low self-esteem.
Women's standards today are completely unrealistic. Their list of what they want in a guy is too long. This is why you hear women saying, I can't find any good men. There are no good men out there. There are plenty of good men out there. They exist. They are in this world. They always have been, but you'll never find them if the list is too long. The data doesn't lie. There are more single women now than ever, and it is not like men have completely changed. In fact, I would argue that men are doing better than ever. It's so much easier for a man today to be successful. He has access to information in the internet to become a better guy. Men are leveling up everywhere, but if the list is too long, you'll never find that guy.
Modern women keep making lists for the perfect man like they are writing down ingredients for the perfect cake. It's obvious most modern women don't bake. They want to include every finite ingredient there is, not realizing that the combination will crumble. These women want to snap their fingers and have the perfect cake pop out of the oven with zero effort. There are several delicate steps to making a cake. If one step is missed, the whole cake can be ruined. They're writing down 6'2" of flour, a cup of 6-figure sugar, 6 inches of frosting, a splash of emotional intelligence extract, and don't forget the rarest ingredient on earth, loyalty sprinkles. Sounds good, right? Until they try to locate their ingredients, aka dating apps, and realize more than half is sold out, and instead of looking for alternate ingredients, they'd rather complain on TikTok asking where the men are at. At the end of the day, the best cakes don't need 20 ingredients. They just need butter, sugar, eggs, and flour. Same with men. Kindness, respect, loyalty, attraction. That's the real recipe. Everything else is just frosting.
Do you think a lot of women stand on their standards when it comes to a man they actually like?
I would say hell no. I think that most women got 2 sets of rules. They got a set of rules for the guy that they really like, and they got a set of rules for everybody else.
Why are you splitting the check?
Imagine going on a first date and this happened. What would you do? Roll a tip.
I think I want to get the shrimp, the spinach, dip, the meal. All of this, what I'm going to order, you can do this to go.
To go?
Yeah.
All right.
And then I'm going to get something for my 12-year-old because he eat like a man. So I get the fries. And then I might as well get us something for him to eat tomorrow because I ain't going to feel like cooking.
Okay, now hold on for a minute. How much stuff did you just order? How much you got, ma'am?
I have celebrity puddings and wings. Those are going to come from here. And then I have a spinach dip.
Spinach dip to go.
Buffalo sandwich to go.
Buffalo
and
sandwich to go. Chicken tenders to go.
That's all I have for now. I got 3 children. You know that.
You got 3 children?
Yeah, so I'm going to order all them something.
That's a lot to go. You might as well go. That's too much. I can't. And this is our first date. Ain't time to be funny. This is our first date. I'm not taking care of your children. We need to talk about it. We need to time out.
Okay.
I didn't know you had kids. You didn't tell me you had kids.
I'll be back.
Yeah, be back. We got to talk about this.
He told her you gotta go. I don't blame him.
Story time about the worst date that I've ever been on my entire life. He takes me go-karting, which is just a thing in itself. We get there, they're closed. So we sit in his car for 30 minutes till they open, which he's not talking, so I get on my phone, right? Wrong. He starts looking over at my phone. He's like, who are you texting? Who are you talking to? Now, you don't know me. You don't know. I don't have to tell you who I'm talking to. And if I did tell him who I was talking to, he'd get all butthurt. What do you want me to say? I'm texting other boys. I'm texting my hoes right now. But if I said that, you get all butthurt. So maybe mind your own, huh? Then he takes me to Taco Bell. I love Taco Bell. But also first date, really?
Get out. No, I'm not getting out. Why would I get out? Why would you bring me here?
Why would I bring you to Olive Garden?
Yeah, like what? Like, I look like an Olive Garden type of girl?
This is our first date. Like, I don't even know you. Why would I spend all this money on you?
Spend all this money? Like, what are you talking about? All this money?
I got
it's
you.
Like $15 for a plate. Like,
it's not
it's
50.
cheap.
Okay, I don't know what you're ordering.
It's cheap. Like, if you're broke, just say that. Like,
I'm not broke. Okay.
I'm not this type of girl. Like a chain restaurant. Do I look like I eat fast food?
This is not fast food.
You might as well have taken me to McDonald's. Like, what?
Okay, yeah, see, I've heard enough.
No.
Look, this date is not gonna work. It's over, okay? I can take my flowers back.
These cheap flowers, yeah, you can take those back. They're cheap. You get them from the grocery store. You didn't even go to a florist.
What's the problem with going to a grocery store?
You didn't go to a florist. Like, they look cheap. Like, if you're broke, like, just say that. Like, it's okay to...
Look, you had no problem asking me for a ride. What do you mean by broke? If
I'm a
anyone's broke,
passenger princess. There's no reason I need to be driving. Like,
you don't even have a car. You don't have an option.
I don't need a car. Like,
You're gonna need a car. You're gonna need a car because you're gonna get out of my car and you're gonna walk home.
No, you can take me back home.
I'm not taking you anywhere. What? Who do you think you are?
You brought me here just to what? Leave me here? Like, what is that?
I brought you here for our first date to eat. Have a meal.
I got dressed up for this date. If that was the case, I would have wore jeans and a t-shirt. Like, why would I come to Olive Garden? Do I look like seriously? Do I look like an Olive Garden type of girl to you? Like, what?
Watch this bullshit. Just watch it. After our first date, we went like on some little walk by the pond, real cute. And the next day, he sent me like a full spa care package. For what? Like what? I ain't gonna hold y'all. A spa care package. I'm talking about like facials, deep stone, massage, everything. After one date. That right there is a red flag to me now. Like when people start giving you big packages and big presents like so early on, that's a red flag. That's the beginning of love bombing.
What? I hate to say this, but I think that women have to lower their standards. The amount of chronically single girlfriends that I know, either approaching their 30s or already in their 30s, that are like wanting to settle down and have a family, but can't, is an epidemic at this point. And we're talking about women that are financially stable, have educations, are beautiful, have their fathers in their lives, like come from nice families. So I'll have conversations with my friends and they'll say things like, oh, like, you know, I want him to make like at least $200,000 a year, like at minimum. He has to be in shape. Like, I really like a guy with a six pack. I love a guy who's like 6'2". I need a guy with like a full head of hair. Like, I can't do bald guys. Every single time you throw a new specification into what you desire, the only person that fits within the parameters of what you are looking for exists in your fucking dreams.
Modern women have watched way too much reality TV and want to be the star of their own reality. The problem is they keep trying to make it everyone else's reality, not realizing that we are no longer in high school. Adults with the ability to logically think for themselves do not need clicks. We do not need influencers to follow. We are just trying to get through each day without another buzzword or slogan that these modern feminists make up. Don't get me wrong, without them, this channel wouldn't be possible. But let's be honest, they will never stop because they are capped at their maturity level.
A lot of times we're intentional, but we don't have realistic expectations. And I was recently at an event where one of the people actually spoke on that, and he was like, raise your hand if you want somebody who's ambitious. Everyone raised their hand. And he said, raise your hand if you want somebody that's selfless. He raised their hand. He was like, 9 times out of 10, somebody who is ambitious is not going to be selfless. That's somebody who's going to have a hustle and all that other stuff. He said, so you want somebody who's ambitious, but they're going to be selfish with their time. And you have this ambitious man, but then you're going to be praying for somebody who has more time to give you. He said, the person who is selfless is going to most likely going to be the person who is laid back, who's going to give you your time. So you have to make sure that when you are out there dating, that you have to really uncover like what you truly want and what it actually means. You might say, I want to provide it, but what you actually want is somebody who's going to take care of you. Just because somebody has money and can provide does not mean he's going to take care of you.
Right. I think we live in a crazy system of dating. There's women that believe that they can give as little as possible, as minimal as possible, and men are expected to fund their entire life. Pay bill, rent, car payments. It's a system where women can take and take and take, but when asked to give, men are met with a lot of hesitation or downright refusal. Relationships, marriages are give and take on both sides. And if you are looking to be financially dependent upon a man, that he has to meet certain standards, financially, looks-wise, spiritually, personality-wise, maybe have a little bit of status, we cannot get mad at that man for having standards. You have standards. That man is allowed to decide, he's worked hard enough to decide what he wants in his life, what it looks like, it sounds like. And shaming that is immature.
Here's the problem. Women's standards are celebrated. Men's standards are discriminated, are made fun of, right? So like if a guy says, I don't want a promiscuous woman, I don't want a girl that's fat, I don't want a girl that's rude, that's annoying, that's crass, that's considered insecure. But if a girl says, I want a man that's taller than me, makes more money than me, successful, ambitious, you go, girl, you know your worth.
You go, queen.
The problem is that male boundaries are disrespected. Female boundaries are totally respected and encouraged.
Do you know what the biggest joke of the century is? The fact that women are allowed to body shame men, but the moment a man says that he prefers a woman who's a bit slimmer, he prefers a woman who's a certain height, they're immediately shamed for saying anything about a woman at all. Why is it that women get special treatment and protection in society, but men don't? And then women still complain about it and say that they get no benefits and that men get all the benefits because men created the system. Make it make sense, ladies. If you want to have all this extra validation and you want to have all this extra affirmation, then you need to understand that men deserve that as well, or otherwise what you're asking for is simply not doable and is too much.
If a man is older, he wants a younger girl, he wants a pushover. I do get a little irritated when I hear that whole age thing. We want a younger girl, we want a younger girl because that's a weak man.
Why is it that when a man says, I want a younger woman who's gonna be feminine and submissive and follow my lead, that's pushover? Why are your biological wants and needs not demonized, but mine are? Men don't attack what women want, we accept it. Men understand that we have to perform to get women, but why do women, our preferences demonized?
I didn't write this. God wrote this. A very strong man, really, age shouldn't even be a factor. He should want a queen.
How about this? Height shouldn't be a factor for men. Women should date guys that are 5'2". Money shouldn't be a factor either. Girls should date bums. There's a bunch of bums that are great men. Why don't women pick them?
I'm just saying a man is supposed to lead. I just said...
Cool. And a woman should be able to bear his children, and younger women have a better chance of doing that. Why is it that the female standard doesn't need to move? Girls should be able to demand whatever she wants. But if I say, okay, well, men want this in return. Whoa! It shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't want a woman that's younger because she's a pushover. No.
There's so many girls that say like 6 feet, 6 figures, 6 inches.
Yeah.
But there's not men that are average saying I deserve a Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, because you're
don't-
realistic.
Yeah, well, I think reality hits men harder than women. Where women, whenever men have a standard, they're shamed for it. So like if they say I want thin chicks, they'll say fat shaming. They'll say I don't want to date a girl that's been ran through. It's slut shaming. Where women, if we have a standard, we're praised for it.
Double standards aren't new. Minorities versus majorities show it all the time. They get what they ask for, but they just keep pushing for more. And women, they've been coddled for so long that now the double standards are particularly a lifestyle. It's like we're living in a society where comfort turned into entitlement, and entitlement turned into, well, TikTok feminism. Some of these modern women actually believe they're flawless, like they're queens or the ultimate girl bosses. And I'm sitting here like, really? I remember not too long ago, if a guy had to say he was a man, then he probably wasn't one. Because the truth is, if you are something, you don't need to broadcast it. People can just see it. But these women, they keep throwing around the same buzzwords, repeating them like a broken record, and hoping everyone just believes it. The sad part is, some people actually do. But here's the thing. I learned a long time ago. Actions will always expose the truth. And right now, all I see is a lot of talking with zero walking.
If I can use it from a woman's perspective, the woman that calls the guy broke is the woman that's usually begging the man to spend money on her. The math ain't mathing.
So I have zero shame in telling a man that after 3 months you are paying my bill, and if you're not, bye-bye. 7 billion people in the world. If you can't do it, somebody else will. So I have no shame.
Men that are not paying 100% of the bills are getting over on you, and they know that they are getting over on you. When men pitch this idea of, oh, we're going to live together and we're going to go 50-50 on the finances, they only want to leave it at money, okay? Because the way that they're trying to frame it is that, okay, I work and you work. And so because both of us are working, we might as well contribute 50% of the finances. And to that, you should say, you want to know what? We both do work. So it's only fair that we go 50-50. And because of that, I will not have sex with you. And because of that, I will not be your emotional support person whenever you need advice, whenever you need mentoring, whenever you need someone to trauma dump on. And because of that, I'm not going to cook anything. And because of that, I'm not going to clean anything because it's only about us working, right? Oh, and not to mention, I'm not going to have your child. Yep, I'm not going to have your child because like you said, it's only about us working, right? Only the finances matter. So Since only the finances matter, it shouldn't matter if I don't do anything, all of the above, because you're only basing this on financial contribution. Watch how fast that man decides to not talk to you anymore when you say that, because they know what they are doing. Men have way more testosterone than women. Men have way higher of a sex drive than women. They are always going to want it more than you're going to want it. At the beginning, it's going to be cute. Y'all are going to be like rabbits in the bedroom. But when y'all are cohabitating, that shit's going to get old. And it's going to get old fast. You're not going to be getting off every single time like he is. And you're not going to want to do it every single time that he wants to. So you're already losing in the bedroom.
These people are miserable, bro. Like, even a minute and a half into this video, they become annoying.
What man is going to look at that and say, you know what? I do need to pay her bills. Ladies, this is what you should ask yourself before you ask your man, that man, because he ain't yours yet. Ask yourself, what am I bringing to him to ease or make his life better? That's what value is. If you can't answer that question, you don't deserve anything yet. What has that man said in the way that you bring him value? If it's only, let me take you to dinner, let me take you to eat, let me do, why does he want to keep serving you if there's no service back? It is the law of reciprocity. What can you do to support that man? And that is the problem with these modern day women. It is all I, me, take. You got to be careful who you give to, because takers don't know when to stop.
Can we just talk about for a moment the unrealistic expectations that women are setting on men? Because how is it that these women want men to pay their rent, pay for trips to Dubai, pay for their hair and their nails and their, expenses for just one date, but these women, some of these women don't even have a job?
If she is asking you to get her basic needs done, this is a red flag that she's a fucking beggar and a bum, and you need to get her far away from you. If she is asking you for nail money, asking you for hair money, asking you for eyebrow arch money, asking you to get her lashes done or any of that, these are basic needs. These are things that she should be able to do on her own. If she is asking you for money to do these things, 9 times out of 10, you are dealing with a bum, because grown-ass women would not dare ask you for this frivolous shit. They know for a fact that it's self-maintenance. If she's asking you to pay her car note, if she's asking you to pay her car insurance, if all of a sudden after you sleep with her, it seems as if her life is in shambles and all of a sudden all of these bills is due and this is that and this is that, I'm telling you right now, this is a sign that she just may be a bum.
A lot of women are bums, and you have high standards with low quality in yourself. You want a man to have 6 figures. You want a man to take care of you, pay all your bills. You want a man to do this, that, and the third. Elevate your life. But you can't do that for yourself. So why is a man going to invest that into you when you don't even do that for yourself? If you don't show a man that you're worth that yourself.
There's actually no such thing as a high standard as long as you can deliver on it yourself. If you can meet those same standards in your own life, emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, then that's not a high standard for you. That's just your standard. The issue happens when there's a disconnect. If you're demanding the world and not showing up for yourself in the same ways, then it creates an imbalance. And vice versa, if you're delivering so much energy, effort, and value and your standards are low, then that's a problem as well. The key here is alignment, and I hate to say this, but your standards need to reflect what you bring to the table.